think something like that might actually looks kind of nicer, if you ask me. I don't know what Chad thinks.
Yeah, Chad, do you have an opinion on what the bottom of the bumper should look like? Should we have this taper in it, or should it be just kind of straight?
I think keep it like this. Should be good. Maybe we just go with it on more classic style. Yeah, maybe more flat. So we'll keep it flat.
Turf3565 in the YouTube chat is asking which software is better for modeling.
There's no such thing as better. It's just what you prefer, honestly. What is more convenient for you to use as well. Just keep in mind Blender's free. Like, it's much easier to get into it than other tools. But as far as better or worse, I mean, they all have their upsides and downsides. I personally like Maya. This is what I've used throughout my career. So.
Did you? I think I might ask this last stream. But you used it even before you came to SES?
Yeah, absolutely. I started in the movie industry. So
Can you tell us what kind of music you
not really, but I can tell you the studio worked on a lot of blockbuster Hollywood movies as well. I know they were rendering some seasons of Game of Thrones as well.
Really?
Yeah, they were working on. You can actually check out their website for their repertoire.
Did you get to do anything like really fun, like a dragon, or were you doing like?
I was doing animations mostly.
Oh, okay.
I signed an NDA, so I can't really talk too much about it.
Darn MDA.
Yeah, the movie studio is called FX3X, so if you look up their website, you can see what projects they worked on.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. Anyways, so these bumpers on the inside, they should be more hollowed out.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of stuff going on back there. Basically, the way
that as a separate mesh later on.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that would be really nice of a depth effect that we can get. Because if it's just flat, I think that's kind of boring.
Yeah. Typically, these bumpers have a bracket that bolts onto where the normal bumper would bolt onto.
Yeah.
And it pins on to that bumper, so that way you can fold the rhubar down with a loose bumper or steel bumper, fold that down so that you can then open the hood.
So for this next part, it's pretty easy. We're just gonna add a bunch of levels. Just gonna grab these edges.
Oh, actually, hold on. I see one more thing looking at the concept. If we go back, it looks like the parts of the bumper under the fender actually extend farther or higher. You see what I mean? If you look at this part, just left. So if you see this part right here, it extends higher than this part. So filling that gap. Like the grill extends a little lower than the fender does. You know what I mean?
I'm not a realist. To me, it doesn't look like more.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
Not wrong.
Full screen on.
But it should be a flat line because I've done plenty of these before. And sometimes they actually go in the middle.
I'm making a new.
I mean, it's up to you how you want to do it.
So you did the Lone Star bumper? Was that you?
Oh, it's a bunch for the LT.
Oh, okay. Is it feasible / possible to use EG UV mapping to add, for example, welds?
We have usually for welds on the tanks, for example, we have a separate normal map. The weld is just a line, and we use a separate UV set on those edges to get that effect. Yeah.
Okay.
We can get into more complex texturing methods later on in this kind of series, I guess. But for the time being, we're just focusing on the modeling. But yeah, it would be cool to showcase some of the techniques we use to get like high fidelity but really low file size assets in the game.
Verkill in the YouTube chat is asking, is it necessary to triangulate the mesh before packing, or will the game engine take care of that?
it's nice if you do some manual triangulation, because sometimes Maya or Blender or whatever tool set you use will decide to triangulate for you on export anyways, because to the GPU everything is triangulated anyways, even though you're previewing a quad mesh or an Ngon mesh, it doesn't really matter. So sometimes, like for example here, as I think is a perfect example, we have an Ngon, but to the computer it's actually triangulated. And if I hit this button here, you see this is what Maya decided to do for the triangulation.
Oh.
Which actually sometimes it's really bad, especially when you have these long kind of pinched triangles. They can cause more performance issues than regular size. And the reason is any triangle that becomes smaller than the size of a pixel is much harder for the GPU to render. So you can't, they're called micro triangles or subpixel triangles, and you really want to be avoiding those.
And
So
you have some way that you can eliminate that?
yeah, I'll show a little later how
Yeah,
I
we can do that
deal
later
with
on.
that. But right now I just want to get some bevels going on this so that we can start to get the shape looking a little more natural.
Yeah, because in real life these would probably be like, probably wouldn't be like so hard right angles. In some way it would be either a rolled piece of steel that was then welded into a box at the end,
Biege nach rechts ab.
extruded even, possibly.
I think it's quite basic, but the design is quite blocky. But you see how much the bevels add.
So what are you doing there when you're switching from kind of hard angles to getting this round angle on? How are you doing?
All I did is bevels, so I'll just repeat it on this part. But it's very simple. So I just grab an edge, and I press Control B, or just bevel, and then if I hold my middle mouse, I can just Control.
Right, but when you do it here, it looks like it's like still quite blocky. But then when you
Oh yeah. So what I did is basically just softening and hardening edges.
okay,
That's what we covered last time.
right. Oh, that's right. We did talk about that. Yeah.
exactly. So that's the difference between hardened edges.
Es ist vorbei.
Soften them. Now they look very natural. But we're starting to run into some issues with our shading. As you can see, this is partly due to the triangulation, partly due to the shading. So there are several ways that we can fix this. First, I would typically not leave my triangles like that. I would always take my multi-cut and I would add an edge like that, just so that I can get rid of those long stretched mesh triangles. In this case, I'm not happy with this one. Let's check the process. What we could do actually, we can fix it another way. So sometimes these, they're like the puzzle. You can also do it like that, but then kind of maybe messes with our shading a little bit. What we can do is also save a little bit on triangles. And maybe even, which would probably be much better, because it doesn't make a visual difference. And now we've gotten rid of that triangulation issue. So now, yeah, you can see barely makes a visual difference.
Now I have a question. Do you also deal with the textures when you're working, or you're blocking out?
We do everything from
So some of the chat here is really question. What is the process of creating textures for trucks such as dashboard, seats, etc.? Do you use any specific software for this, or is it all done manually?
we use a combination of Photoshop, the Substance suite, so that would include Substance Designer, Substance Painter, Substance. The third one in their set, which is really cool because you can take pictures with your phone or your camera and just import them and create tileable textures. Really? Yeah, it's amazing. I actually did a few of them for, I think, the DAF XD and for other stuff as well. So, I know some of the college students, so we typically just make textures like that. Texture for the whole vehicle. calls.
Right.
And what draw calls are basically is the amount of textures and materials that you need to render an asset. So in the case of a truck, we would have 20 plus materials for the interior.
Is this same for AI trucks as well, or just for the other trucks?
No, they're baked down to a single. So
They are?
yeah, exactly. All of the AI stuff, we try to get that draw call down to as much as we can.
And another question we have here, actually a couple questions. First from BTTF Marty. Is there a way to render the project without making it blurry? Now, I have no idea what that means, but I'm sure he does. Okay. Well, sorry, Marty. You're out of luck. Another question from Pro Trucker. Is there any project you've been working on, Andy?
Yes, many that I cannot talk about.
Yeah, we got some super
We have
stuff going
tons,
on.
tons of
Yeah.
projects in the pipeline.
Yeah, but maybe you can tell us about some of the projects you worked in the past. Now, we know Andy did the LT rework. We did a stream with him where we both went for a very, how would you describe that drive we did in our LT? Very hectic, chaotic?
I think it showed my lack of skills in driving a truck. But yeah, that's something I worked on. But I've also done small detailing work on many of the trucks that we released in the past. So for the DAF XD, I was helping my lead finish up the interior. For the Echo S-Way that just dropped, I was helping out on the lights.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it depends, because my current project as well, I'm making something from scratch, full model of exterior, plus interior, plus animations, plus picturing everything by myself. So my day-to-day job is completely different.
Aircrews asked if you do the entire truck yourself, or do the entire team work on different parts of the truck together. I think I could do that. Generally speaking, usually we have one guy doing the exterior and one guy does the interior. It kind of gets hectic when you have different people doing different things, because you're working within a scene and everything has to line up and match up and work with each other properly, right? Now there are times, obviously, like Andy's describing, where he's going to do the entire truck by himself, inside and out.
Yeah, it depends on the task. Sometimes we find it easier to do interior and exterior alone.
But when you did the rework for the LT, that was all you?
Yeah, it was all me. I did the full exterior and interior myself. But because that makes more sense, because there's more artists involved. So it really depends. Every task has its own needs, and not everything is the same. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to make these cutouts. What do you think about this cutout on the bottom? Did you know or not?
Oh yeah, no, I actually really like that.
Yeah, just adds a little bit more sense. Yes. Typically when I do cuts, I like to use helper geometry again. You see I use it a lot because it's very convenient. Because otherwise you have to kind of guess where to cut. But helper geometry helps you visualize how things go. It's like a pre-visualization process in a way. So you can just zoom out and look at it. It's like, oh, okay, that's how it would look.
Now,
so maybe
actually, these holes I'm not so sure about. I think it kind of somehow kills the look of the bumper. What do you think?
I like them, but maybe we can spice them up a little.
Something that's like very, common in the custom truck tuning world, like they go into range truck parts, buying stuff is these blind mount super smooth bumpers. So you won't see any bolts, no holes, nothing. The only thing that's on the bumper is whatever lights you decide to drill and mount, or the license plate. I'm thinking with this bumper, because it's that nice big flat surface, I think we should kind of go for that same blind mount look. What we can maybe do.
I would agree with you, but I think for the sake of the stream, maybe we should come with it.
Chat, you're ruining my life. Well, what I was going to say is what we could do is add a license plate hanger to hold behind it. Because there needs to be a hole for the tow hook, right?
Maybe we can just leave one.
Yeah, I would move it up maybe, because that license plate probably want to mount it like higher, like maybe in the center, so that would be longer. Maybe a little higher. Yeah, right there. Right, down a little bit. Up 3 pixels. Okay, move down. I'm just messing with you, that's good.
And we get rid of these ones?
Yeah, we get rid of those ones. Unless we want to put fog lights in the bumper, Yeah, they'd be more on the side, and I wouldn't mess with it. I think, you know.
Per geometry, just edges. Rounded corners, how I like. I think that's good enough. Then just grab a multi-cut. I'll just place points down at random. It doesn't matter. Just snap it.
Oh, I'd make it just a straight up square hole, but if you want to get fancy with it, we're going to cover this up with the license plate anyway, so. I have to find a reference photo of the license plate, so.
Another reason I want to make the complex mold is to show that shading can get really
Oh man, you're going to have a fun time with that. Actually, no, that's good.
And because it's all flat, now we can move it.
Do you know what a piano room is? Okay. Let's walk with us there. Well, let's finish everything else and we can do the license plate after.
So we can always triangulate like that. But then we get this disgusting pinching triangle. Don't want that. It's going to... Great thing about multi-cut.
What do we have right now for front?
Count?
No, just like on that bumper, what do we have for front?
Yeah, the phone.
Yeah,
Just this one.
yeah.
36.
No, but you were talking about these triangles, right? What's on the bumper right now?
No. I'm talking about... So it's not just about the triangle. You just have to be wise about your topology. It's because when you see this type of triangulation, this is actually really bad.
But can't we just leave it with no triangulation?
No, because even if I delete these to the computer, this is still triangular.
Okay, so that's what I was asking.
So it's always triangulated, no matter what you do. You're just visualizing it without triangulation. But actually, it's everything in practice. But to get rid of that, I'm just going to drag edge like this. Now, it's much better because they don't stretch too long. And then for optimization, I would just this like that and get rid of this.
Wie gemacht, Jungs.
Chad is now requesting bumper mirrors
Bumper mirrors.
to go along with it.
Turn off the wireframe. Now you see we're getting some shading errors. So there's several ways to fix this. We can steal the normals from the base mesh, which I didn't save, but we can easily create that. Or I'm just gonna show our internal tools because I think that's much better. So in our Euro Trucks tab, we have this artist tools, and in it there is a vertex normal copy, which is created. It's a script basically written in Mel or Python. I don't know. It's one of the two by our programming department. So I'll just select the faces that I want. I'll click on faces to perimeter. Flatten it.
Yeah, that makes complete sense to me.
Yeah. I don't understand how it works either. It's magic, but kudos to our programmers for doing it. I think this comes default in Blender, so for those of you who know it.
Can we make the bumper a different color?
Yeah, we could, but not right now.
Because people are complaining that's kind of hard to see with the gray on gray.
Okay, we can do that. Purple shade,
See, Chad, I got your back.
font. What color do you want?
Pink. Yeah. Now it just looks like there's a texture missing.
That looks hideous.
Oh my god.
I think we're just gonna, we can make it so.
Make it a little more like rosy pink, yeah. Just, yeah.
Make it red.
No, not red.
It's hot.
No.
Red is hot.
No. all the way to the right. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Nice soft pink.
Definitely see that.
This is Peter with that color at the 1095 truck stop.
Music or modeling? Mostly drum and bass and metalcore. But I like to listen to different types of music. But I think for working, the more aggressive gets me. Right now, I've been listening to Iman.
So you need something like really hard and fast to get you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm the opposite, man. I'm like country music. You guys sing about their truck running away and their dog dying. How's your band doing?
We're doing well, actually. We're working on the third song. I've been kind of slacking on it, but I'm trying to get it mixed and hopefully release it in a month or two. We'll see. Like set some deadline for myself.
The whole EP?
No, we're just doing singles.
Oh, okay.
Because it's easier. We're just doing it as a hobby, so it's
Yeah.
it's not so.
You're telling me you guys found a new space to jam, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys end up taking that one, or you keep
Yeah,
it in the
we
old
did.
one? Yeah.
Because it's cheaper in the long term. Makes more sense for us.
President Stan says that Andy working, Mark trying to get his attention, Andy not hearing anything. The way I get my coworkers' attention is just by standing above them threatening until they look. It usually works. A certain aura.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, Mark's coming.
The stomping of the boots. Everyone makes fun of each other with the boots in the office, but it's just what's comfortable to me.
Anyways, now I'm going to extrude the whole bumper and push it down on the inside so we can get the inside faces here. What would you say the thickness of this should be?
Oh, it's not terribly thick. I would say like 3/8 of an inch.
We're not going to do this.
Yeah, maybe a little. Yeah, a little more maybe.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, right.
Inside faces. See on the selection there. And for some reason, my bumper is black. That's because our marbles are inverted because during extrusion I went inside instead of outside. That's a very easy fix in the mesh display. We can just
You gotta tell us what you're doing, man.
yeah.
Okay.
So because I had the vertex copy tool open and the normals were locked.
What is your favorite object that you've made in Blender? But I think you just mean
Favorite model of this?
probably the one you're doing right now, right?
I'd say the one before that was
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, the other super secret.
that we cannot talk about.
Yeah.
At all.
Otherwise, the Miro will time, or not, was it? Not time
Not
travel.
just the Miro, I think.
Yeah. Entire management will come in here and
Stream is cancelled, guys.
nice.
Yeah, I wish we could tell you, but it's really
We just like leave the studio to just be like a lineup of our fellow employees just like standing there, like just getting ready to.
we deserve it too. Okay, so what I've done there is on the inside faces, I've merged a bunch of beveled edges because I don't want the detail on the inside because it will be less visible. It will be covered by the wheel, it will be covered by the shadow, it will be covered by ambient occlusion. Maybe we'll put some cables and whatever there later.
Okay.
So we don't need things there. Shading errors there, I always check it. And I don't like how straight these are. Because in reality, nothing is that sharp. And you see, we have some leftover like that.
Does that create exactly
Yeah,
that
it
thing you
does.
don't want?
So we have to
Actually, these are pretty sharp. It's typically done by a machine.
Yeah, but they still want.
I would bevel it even less than that before you start fixing the triangle thingies.
But when you look at it from afar.
Listen. One of us is living like a dozen different structures. One of us is a super. Okay.
So
You want a pipe bacon eater, man?
so like that.
Yeah, that's good. Alright, is that the same? Is that why you like that?
Yeah. Not much difference. But I mainly wanted for that.
Make a hot was telling us they got their new 40 screen was ready. So shout out to Oscar for to get that not necessarily tailored to us, but very good. Oh, we never got to talk to this studio.
No, we were too focused on it.
Yeah. You want to tell us a little bit about that? You want to tell the world about your pride and joy?